Hello, USD 494. We're going to be talking about cyberbullying, what to look for, how to help prevent it, and help keep our students safe. So, what is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is using electronic technology to cause harm to someone else. This can be name calling, picture sharing, threatening the student or their family, and shaming a student for what they're wearing, maybe their weight, what they're eating, anything like that. Communication tools, which include Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, emails, and Instagram, are just a few of the sites that students use to cause this bullying to happen. Um, and with technology and getting to be so much these days, most students have a cell phone or a computer or a tablet. That's why it's so important for us to really start paying attention and watching to see, make sure this is not happening. And if we do see something happen, then we get it taken care of right away. Cyberbullying is actually considered a virus. A virus is considered to be a bug that is attacking your computer system. With being a bully, people are infected with what's called a bully bug, and that goes around. So one person is a cyberbully, and their friends see how much fun they're having doing it, and so then they become cyberbullies, and it spreads like that. So you can actually see how could be considered a virus as it starts to infect all the other students, and they all start to become some kind of cyberbully. So behaviors of being a cyberbully, harassment, students are sending messages, multiple messages over a short time to an individual, outing a child on the web, so seeing somebody online and calling them out on it, cyber stalking, frapping, logging into somebody else's account and pretending to be that student, fake profiles, again creating a profile and then pretending to be somebody else, dissing, trickery, trolling, and catfishing are all things that cyberbullies do. So if you see somebody doing this, that's an indication that they are particularly could be a cyberbully, and it needs to be looked into. Signs of a student that might be getting bullied: depression, where the student becomes very sad, very withdrawn. If they start skipping or missing a lot of school, we know our students and we know which ones miss school and which ones don't. So if you see a student that typically doesn't miss much school and then all of a sudden they start missing a lot of school, this could be a sign. So it might be a good idea to talk to the parent and see if the student is doing okay, if they have any questions, anything like that. Just a welfare check on the student, make sure they're doing okay, see what's going on. If they start doing bad in class or their grades fall, this could be another indication because they're got other things on their mind. They're concerned about somebody picking on them, anything like that. So they have a lot on their mind. If they feel sick a lot, that could also be an indication. They'll become a bully as well. Again, this is how it can be considered a virus because it spreads. Now the one getting bullied is become a bully, so that they start feeling better about themselves because they made somebody else not feel good. And then exclusion, not being involved and stepping back away from stuff that they normally do. So if a student is normally out running around at recess playing with the other kids, and all of a sudden they're not, they're just sitting in a corner, um, not really participating. Again, another really big red flag we need to take a look at. So with cyberbullying, there's actually something called bullycide, and that's when a student gets bullied so much that they actually take their own life, which is very unfortunate. We definitely do not want to experience that. Um, there was a report of a young Irish girl who did take her own life when she moved to a new school. Some girls dared her to date boys that were out of her league. After she did, they called her all kinds of names. And then even after the student had passed, the girls were still really mean, um, and saying how much they didn't care about her anyways. And two males are actually facing criminal charges for this. So it is becoming a very, very serious issue. So this is definitely something we want to take care of before it comes even close to being something of this. The studies have shown that in 2010, the number of students who are getting cyberbullied was 7.9%. In 6 years, so in 2016, that number went up to 12%. And some students that reported not being bullied in 2010 had started getting bullied by the time 2016. So students that weren't getting bullied ended up getting bullied. And again, this is how it can become a virus because it just spreads so fast, and um, it's really hard once it gets out of control. It's hard to contain. So we need to make sure we nip this in the bud before it gets out of control. So some preventions. 49 states have enacted bullying prevention law. The only state that hasn't enacted it yet is Montana. And then some states have enacted other laws for cyberbullying. These laws make cyberbullying, they make it harassment, they make it stalking, and acts of hate or bias. And these are very serious criminal offenses. So it's really being taken serious to the utmost, and which is great because that will help show students that it's very important that they do not do this and that they talk to an adult if something like this is happening, so we can get it taken care of. And then some do's and don'ts. Don't enact a zero tolerance policy. Don't utilize public shaming, and don't increase formal sanctions. But we do want to connect and interact. We want to develop a positive school climate, and we want to give students a stake in conformity. So we just want to make sure the students feel safe, that they feel protected. So if something is happening, they know they can come to us as teachers, or a counselor or principal or anybody like that, and get this taken care of. Also, the students that are being bullied, they have some kind of insecurities that need to be taken care of as well. So if we can help prevent that, we can prevent the bullying from happening in general if we can take care of those students that would become bullies and make sure they feel comfortable and safe. And if you have any questions, here's the references that I've used. You can ask me. You can look at any of these sources to answer any other questions that you may have. Thank you for your time, and I'll go ahead and take questions.